glad you joined us. Today is class 15 of our 30-class active chair yoga journey together. We'll use a strap today to help us with some standing balance poses, including a hand-to-toe pose. Let's experience our chair yoga practice as a community together. Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you've joined us today. So check out the sections on the Bottoms Down YouTube channel homepage. They make it easier for you to find classes by length or by purpose or by body area. And if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. It's free and I'd love to hear from you, so leave me a comment. Now in today's practice, we're going to explore poses for balance. So this is an area many of us struggle with it. We're going to work through some balance poses with confidence. And remember, you have your chair right here for support, okay? So you're going to need that chair, but you're also going to need a yoga strap. Now if you don't have a yoga strap, you can substitute a scarf or a necktie or a belt. You can do it without it, and that's fine. So let's go ahead and set our strap underneath our chair and let's get started. All right, we're going to move forward in our chair, okay? So I want you to feel like you're not leaning back. That's the main thing. So I don't care necessarily how far forward, but I don't want you to be leaning back. So we're going to lengthen through the crown of the head. So think about crown of the head up to the ceiling. And the minute you do that, the belly engages, right? So our heart is lifted, our abdominals engage. Pull those shoulders down, all right? So let's bring our hands down to our thighs and flip our palms up to the ceiling. Now we're going to begin to just close our eyes and feel the connection to our breath. So feeling that inhalation and that exhalation. Now with each inhalation, see if you can lengthen your spine a little bit longer, right? So inhaling, lengthening through that spine, and exhaling. Now we're going to move that breath down into our diaphragm. So as we inhale, we're filling the lungs from the bottom up. Our belly will extend. And then as we exhale, we're going to actively pull the belly button towards the spine and push the air up and out of the lungs. So do that a couple of times. Go ahead and breathe normally. Now this time as you inhale, we're going to try to make that exhalation longer than the inhalation. If you want to count to yourself, that's fine. But go ahead and do this at your own pace. Inhaling, maybe counting to 4 counts. And then as you exhale, maybe you count to 5, 6, 7, or 8. I don't care. Just go ahead and try to make that exhalation longer. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Bring your hands back down to your side and open your eyes. Let's go ahead and roll those shoulders up, back and down. And do that again. Up, back and down. And then let's reverse that. So we're going back and up and down. Does that make sense? A little reverse roll there for those shoulders. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to take that right ear, let it fall to the right shoulder. Then we're going to drop our chin towards our chest. Then left ear to left shoulder. That should feel good. And then chin to chest. All right, go ahead and look to the front of the room. Now this time we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to clasp our hands behind our back, okay? Now you can do that a couple of ways. One is you can just hold on to the chair behind you, or the other one is you can literally clasp the hands behind the back. pulling the shoulder blades back, okay? But I don't want you to lift the arms up. We're just going to rest them here on our back, okay? All right, are we ready? We've got those shoulder blades behind. Let's drop that right ear to that right shoulder. Do you feel the difference? I do. So it's just a little different neck stretch here. All right, go ahead and drop your chin to chest. Let's do the other side. Okay, now go ahead and drop your chin to your chest. Now bring your hands to your lap. So we're going to cup one palm in the other. Extend your thumbs long. Now bring those hands up to the crown of the head, or really the back of the head, I should say. Bring your elbows down towards the floor and feel the stretch in the back of the neck. So your hands are just giving, you're not pulling, you're just letting gravity help. Now with your extended thumbs, you can give your neck a little massage. So you're just kind of rubbing on those muscles on the back of the neck. You feel it? Just a nice little self-massage there for the neck. All right, let's go ahead and release that. Bring your hands back down to your lap. Go ahead and lift your head up. And let's do one more single shoulder roll here. And reverse that. Okay, so we're going to move into a cat and a cow. So we're going to start with that cat. So begin, you're going to place your hands on your thighs, but I want you to lift through the spine and kind of open your throat before we even start, all right? Now, pull your belly in, round your spine, tuck your chin, let the head fall into your cat pose. And then we're going to lift up, and we're going to take our thumbs and rotate those palms to where the thumbs are towards the back wall and open up your heart, feeling that open throat again. Let's do that again. Down we go. And let's lift it up. Thumbs to that back wall. Open up the heart. Add the breath. Inhale into your cow pose and exhale into your cat pose. You got this. Inhale into your cow pose. Take your time. Exhale into your cat pose. We're not in any kind of a race, are we? Let's do that one final time. Up we go. And down we go. Excellent work. Beautiful work. And release. Okay, so we're going to move into our mountain pose, an extended mountain, using our strap. Again, if you don't have a strap, don't worry about it. It's fine. You can do it without it. But if you have the strap, go ahead and double it up. So what you want, I got hair, I'm sorry, I got a bit of hair in my face, it's tickling my nose. So what you want is to have your strap, I don't know, what is that, about 1.5 feet or so, a foot. You want your hands to be about that wide. So just kind of take a moment here to get those hands onto your strap, and then we're going to bring those hands all the way up to the ceiling. Belly is tight, shoulders are down out of the ears, okay? All right. Now we're going to lean our mountain to the right, keeping that opposite hip down, right? Both hips are staying down, and then we're going to lean, we're going to come back up to the center, and then we're going to lean our mountain the other way. And we're going to come up center, and then we're going to bring those hands down and take a little break. Okay, so if that puts a lot of pressure on your shoulders, you can always leave your elbows bent a little bit, all right? So you're kind of here. You're going to get the same feeling, right? It's just not quite as extended. All right, so now we're going to add a little twist to that. So we're going to come back up to our extended mountain, right? Shoulders are down. So remember, keep the shoulders down. So I'm not letting my shoulders come up into my ears. I'm pulling them down. My belly is tight, all right? So again, we're going to lean to the right. Now, with your left hand, you're going to come down. Here's our back, all right? You're going to work your back some here. Belly tight. Bring that hand down. So now my arms are parallel to the floor. Do you see that? All right. Same hand. We're going to come back up to that twist, back up to the ceiling, and we're going to do that the other way. So down we go. Now this time your right hand is what's going to come down your strap is parallel to the mat. And if you don't have a strap, you're just doing it with your hands. Then you're going to bring that hand up and all the way up. Let's take just a moment. We're going to do that one more time. Give those shoulders just a little bit of a break. Are you feeling it? You should be feeling there's a stretch happening through the shoulders, but a significant work and stretch happening in the side waist. We're also working our abdominals and our back. So there's a lot going on in this one. Doesn't look like it, but there is, okay? Hands to the ceiling, shoulders are down, belly is tight. Here we go. Lean your mountain first. Now, twist down we go. That strap is parallel to the mat. Belly is super tight. Let's take that twist out, come all the way up, and we're going to go straight to the other side. Extend that mountain and lean that mountain. Now we're twisting. Got it? Take the twist out, come back up, and release. All right, very, very good. So let's go ahead and set our strap back down under our chair, and we're going to move into a crescent lunge. So we're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it nice and wide, and then we're going to let that left knee fall down towards the floor. Okay? So this is a beautiful crescent lunge right here. You can hold that chair, belly stays tight. You should be feeling the front side of this leg stretching. Okay? Now, if you want a little bit more, remember in my class I'll talk about adding on, but if you don't want to add on, you don't ever have to add on. But if you want to add on here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this foot back behind me a little bit. I'm up on those back toes. I'm being very gentle though, right? We're warming up. Now I feel a little bit more stretch. The key to this one is the heart is lifted. So we don't want to be leaning forward. If you're leaning forward, what's happened is you probably have a little too much stress here. I would rather you bend the knee, go ahead and lift the heart up. You're going to get more stretch by having the heart lifted, okay? Let's go ahead and release that, face forward. And let's just do the other side. Are we ready? Here we go. Open up first. Do you feel a little inner thigh stretch? I know, right? Okay. Now we're going to let that knee fall down towards the floor. Remember, this is a great version. Heart is lifted. If you're feeling that stretch on that on the front side of that leg, you're good to go. If you want a little bit more, just push that foot back behind you a little bit more. So I'm still up on my toes. I'm kind of straightening that leg a little bit, but my heart stays lifted. Do not let the heart fall forward. Maximizing that stretch. Crescent lunge. One more breath and release. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to move into a pyramid pose. And we're going to add some dynamic movement to that, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is extend that left leg out towards the floor. Yeah, out towards the floor. Your heel is on the floor and your toes are up to the ceiling. Does that make sense? Okay. Now we're going to extend through the spine. We're going to hold on right here to those thighs, and we're going to let our heart fall forward. Hang out here for just a couple more breaths, all right? All right, now we're going to go ahead and roll up nice and slow. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, okay? So we're going to extend that other leg out, lengthen through the spine, pull that belly in, and let your heart fall forward. Does that feel pretty good? A little stretch there for that hamstring? Okay. Let's come up and in we go. So what we're going to do now, that's a static stretch, is what I'm trying to say, a static stretch. So what we're going to do is add a little dynamic movement to that. So just remember to keep your belly tight. That's going to protect that back. And if you ever don't want to do the arms, you can keep your hands on your thighs. It's fine. But if you're with me, we're going to extend that opposite leg out, toes are to the ceiling, right? We're going to lengthen those arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, I'm going to extend out, trying to touch the wall in front of me. And then I'm going to bring my hands down towards my foot. And then I'm just slowly going to roll it up. Extend my arms out. Inhale. Exhale, out we go, and down towards your foot. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, extend, out we go. Can we do one more just like this? You got this, right? Belly is tight. Protect that low back. Add that breath if you wish. And up we go. Can we do the other side? Let's do it. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We have one more. We got this. Is your belly tight? Are you protecting that low back? Are you extending as far as you can? And up we go. Very, very good. Okay, let's grab a sip of water. We're going to move into a sun salutation B, which adds that chair pose. That's going to be our little bit of balance work in this section. So we're going to bring our hands to our heart, and we're going to take a big circle with those arms all the way up to mountain pose, and then we're going to bring our hands to our heart. Don't worry about the breath yet. We'll add that here in a minute. Let's take those arms up and make that big circle around and bring our hands to our heart again. Let's do that one more time, just like that. Big circle up. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go to mountain pose. Big circle around and bring your hands to your heart. Let's add the breath. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, belly button to spine. Bring that hand to heart. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, big circle around and bring your hands to your heart. Okay, so we're going to add that forward salute with airplane arms. Here we go. Big circle, up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Back up to that mountain pose now. Bring your circle around to your side. Extend those arms back behind you. Lengthen your spine. Head towards where the ceiling and the wall meet. Arms are back behind you. Bring your hands to your heart. Let's do that again. Big circle, up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go into that forward salute with airplane arms. We're stretching out. We're lengthening through the spine. One more breath and hands to heart. Adding on. Here we go. Big circle. Up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go to mountain. Forward salute with airplane arms. Now we're going to bring our arms to our thighs and let our heart fall forward into a forward fold. All right? So it's kind of a half forward fold, but that's perfect. All right, let's do that one more time before we add chair. Here we go. Big circle. Up we go. Are you adding that breath in? Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you come forward. Inhale, extend. Exhale, let that heart fall forward into that forward fold and take a moment. Okay. So there's our sun salutation. Now we're going to be adding in that chair pose. So the first chair pose we're going to do, we're going to leave our seat in the chair, but we're going to act like we're getting up. So I want my feet back just a little bit. I still want the knees behind the toes, but we're going to act like we're getting out of the chair, but we're not. All right? And then we're going to come back down. So that's going to be the next thing we add on. Okay, are we ready? Here we go. Hands to heart. Big circle. Up we go. Mountain pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go to that mountain pose. Come into that forward salute with airplane arms. We're stretching, we're lengthening. Now we're going to come to forward fold with our hands on the thighs. Let that heart fall forward. There's your back working. Okay, are we ready? Bring your hands to heart. Act like you're getting out of the chair, but don't let so the hips are raising just a little bit, but we're still in the chair. We're activating our quadricep muscles significantly. Our belly is tight. Our heart is lifted. One more breath and release. Let's do that one more time, just like that. Bring your hands to your heart. Okay, are we ready? Up we go. Bring those hands to heart. Back to mountain pose. Forward salute, airplane arms. Stretch it out. Let's do that forward fold with our arms on our thighs for support. Let's bring our hands to our heart. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, act like we're getting out of the chair. One more breath. and release. How does that feel? Is that feeling pretty good? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're actually going to come up out of the chair this time. So instead of here, now remember, you don't ever have to add on, right? So if you want to stay right here, stay right here. But what we're going to do, what I'm going to do is come up out of the chair. Whoops. Balance, belly, come up out of the chair, right? Belly is tight. So there's our little balance piece to this movement. Okay, are we ready? Bring your hands to your heart. Let's do this. Big circle up and around. Bring those hands to the heart. Up we go back to mountain pose. Forward salute, airplane arms. You got this. Stretch it out. Let's do that forward fold now. Ah, there's the back, right? Hands to heart. Take a deep breath in. Let's come up out of that chair. Oh, yeah. How does that feel? Right? Belly's tight. One more breath. Let's have a seat and release. Let's do that again. Big circle. Up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Up to mountain pose. Forward salute with airplane arms. We're going to stretch that out. We're going to place our palms on the legs. We're going to let that heart fall forward. I said palms and I meant arms. Hands to heart. Take a deep breath in. Push through those heels. Lift yourself up off that chair. One more breath. Have a seat and take just a little break. Now in your chair pose, what's really important is that your hips are shooting back behind you, okay? So peek at me real quick. So as I come up, notice that my hips are still back, right? My knees are behind my toes. So what we don't want to have happen is that we come forward like this. So see how my knees are in front of my toes? Super, super hard on the knees. Lots of pressure on those knees, and that's not what we want to have happen. Those hips are back, okay? You see that? All right. Now the other little, I don't know, trick or whatever the right word is you want those feet to be back. So if your feet are too far forward, I'm telling you, it is virtually impossible to get up out of that chair, right? So you want those feet to be back so that when you press down, you can lift up. All right, let's do it. We're going to do it 2 more times, and then we've got one more thing to add. All right, are we ready? Here we go. Big circle. Yay! And hands to heart. Up we go to mountain pose. Forward salute. Airplane arms. Stretch through that spine. Really try to lengthen through. All right, are we ready for that forward fold? Here we go. All right, hands to heart. Take a deep breath in. Press into that chair pose. Can you wiggle your toes? If you can wiggle your toes, generally your weight is far enough back behind you, right? If you feel like your weight is forward, shoot those hips back. One more breath, down we go. Last time before we add on. Big circle. Bring your hands to your heart. Back up to mountain pose. Forward salute with airplane arms. We're going to stretch. We're coming into our forward fold. We got this, don't we? Yeah. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Come into your chair pose. We're old hands at this one now. One more breath, and down we go. Okay, so the only thing we're going to add on, we're going to do that whole thing again. We're going to come to chair pose, but we're going to stand instead of sit. Then we're going to come back into chair pose, and then we'll sit down. Okay, we've only got a couple more to do, and then we're done. All right, are we ready? Big circle, up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Remember, belly button stays very, very tight. Pull that belly button to the spine throughout this whole thing. Let's go to that forward fold. Are we ready for our chair pose? Here we go. Chair pose. Now we're going to stand. We're going to bring our hands to the ceiling. We're going to make a big circle around. Back to hands to heart. Back to chair pose. And we're going to have a seat. Let's do that one more time. Big circle. Up we go. Hands to heart. Up we go. Dive it forward. Forward salute airplane arms. We've got this. Forward fold. Work that back. Hands to heart, chair pose, quadriceps, abdominals pretty involved here. Let's stand up, big circle around. Bring your hands back to your heart. Sit back into that chair pose and have a seat. How do you feel, right? Okay, let's grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing behind our chair. Now, because it's kind of hard to see me, I'm going to go ahead and just turn my chair to the side so you can see me a little bit better. Okay, So what we're going to do is we're going to do a warrior 3, but we'll be using our chair for a little bit of support, and then we're going to take that support away and we'll be doing it for balance, okay? So your hands are on the chair and you're just going to take a little step back, okay? And then, okay, I need a little bit more step back, so your arms are pretty straight. You're going to go ahead and hinge forward, all right? Now for this first one, you're going to have your hands on the back of the chair. You're looking down at the floor and you're going to take your right leg and you're going to lift it up behind you. Now the important thing here is that your hips stay square. They tend to want to hike up, so the leg that's extended up off of the floor, that's the hip that wants to hike. I don't want you to let that happen. That's where your abdominals really engage here. Let's put that foot down. And we're going to lift the other leg up. Belly is tight. Hips are square. One more breath. Put that foot down and come up. Okay, so there's option 1. Excellent option. If you want a little bit more, instead of holding on to the chair, what we're going to do is we're going to put our forearms on the chair, okay? So, pretty far up on those forearms. You're still going to have some good support here, but not quite the same as hanging on to it. Are we ready? We're looking down at the floor, no wrinkles in the neck. Take that right leg, extend it out behind you. Belly is tight, hips are square. One more breath. We're going to put that foot down, and then we're going to go to the other side. We're extending that leg. One more breath. We're going to put that foot down, and we're going to roll up. So how did that feel? So you see the difference, right, of hanging on versus here? Now this last one, what we're going to do is we're just going to have just a little bit of the hand on it, all right? So really feel the difference, okay? Here we go. We're going to hinge forward, looking down at the floor. Lift that right leg up. You feel the difference, right? A lot of balance in this one. Belly tight. All right, let's put that leg down, and we're going to lift the other leg up. We're going to put that leg down. Now listen to my voice. Take that right leg up and see if you want to take your hands off of the chair into a full version of Warrior 3. Put the hands back on the chair. Bring that leg down. Let's do the other side. Lift that left leg up. Take your hands off the chair if you wish. There's your Warrior 3. A lot of balance work. One more breath. Put your hands back on the chair. Bring the foot down and release. All right, good job. That is excellent balance work. Okay, I'm going to turn my chair back around now. Okay, so let's grab our straps, and we're going to be behind our chair. Now, if you don't have a strap, it's okay. Just do it without it. It's just fine. So my strap is pretty long. I'm going to double it up because what I want you to have is, I don't know, your hands are about 18 inches apart, whatever that is, a couple of feet, something like that. So whatever is comfortable for you. It's a little wider than shoulders, okay? Now you're going to take your hands up to the ceiling, and there's our extended mountain. Make sure your belly is tight. Okay, we're going to lean our mountain to the left. Push that opposite foot down. We're going to come up, belly is tight, and we're going to lean our mountain the other way. All right, and then we're going to come up, and then we're going to bring those hands down. So I want to give you a couple of ideas. One thing is that's way too much pressure on your shoulders. Keep your elbows bent, right? You're still doing the same thing. You're still getting the same stretch in the side waist. We're still going to be working the same muscles. It's just you take a little bit of the lever length out, right? So anytime those levers are longer, first of all, it just puts more pressure on, but it's also a good stretch. So your choice. All right, we're going to do that one more time, and then we're going to add on. Here we go. Your choice, elbows bent or not. Let's go to the other side first this time. All right, come up, and let's go to the other side. That should feel so good. And up we go, and release. Okay, so now the add-on here is we're going to take our, add a little twist, all right? So make sure your abdominals stay super strong. Let's come back up. All right, now as you're going to twist to the left, Now your right hand is going to come down towards the floor until your strap is parallel to the floor. Does that make sense? You feel that? Sideways just working. Take the twist out all the way up to the ceiling, and we're going to go the other way. All right, now my left hand comes forward until my strap is parallel to the mat. We're going to take the twist out. We're going to come all the way up and release. All right. So let's see. We're going to do one more. And if that's really bothering your shoulders, remember you're going to bend your elbows. You can still do the same thing, right? Your elbows are just bent. Okay, here we go. Extended mountain. We're going to lean that mountain. Let's go the other way first this time. Oh, yeah. How does that feel? Good? All right, here we go. Let's add that twist. Belly is tight. Let's take that twist out. Up we go, and we're going to the other side. And add that twist. And lift it up. All the way up to standing. And release. All right, very, very good. So our next series is a hand-to-toe pose. So if you've ever seen people do hand-to-toe pose, hand to toe, right? And then out and across. Okay, well, I don't know if you look at me. This isn't pretty form at all, right? I can't quite do that one. So we're going to use our strap to give us a little bit of help. So go ahead and make your loop, right? So I got that little loop there. Hang on to your chair. Now, if you're on the right side of your chair, the right leg, the one that's not next to the chair, is the one you want to step into that loop, okay? So the leg that's next to the chair is going to hold your weight. You're going to hang on to that chair to begin with, and then we'll add the little balance work, okay? All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lift that foot up. Hang on. Now don't lean back, right? Use your abdominals. Extend that spine long. Pull that belly button in. Now I'm going to choke up on my strap just a little bit because I feel like I have a little more availability in that leg to do that, okay? Your choice, right? You've got the strap is going to give you that flexibility. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open. Hang on to that chair. It's okay. Come back center. Now we're going to put that heel into our chair, but keep your hips facing forward. We don't want those hips to be coming with, right? So there's your stretch. Lift, come back center, bend the knee, and put that foot down. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do the other side because I think it's better to kind of balance it that way. So let's come to the other side. Now your left foot is the one that's going to be stepping in. Okay, the outside leg. It's really important that you do that. Okay, hand of the foot where the strap is the one that's going to be grabbing the strap and lifting up. Okay, remember, extending through the spine, belly is tight. We're going to open it first. We're going to come center, and then we're going to bring that foot across. Go ahead and set it in the chair. Feel the stretch. Hips are forward. Lift. Come forward. Bend the knee and release. Okay. Very good. Now, come to the other side. You know where we're headed with this, don't you? So go ahead and put your foot into the strap. Let's go ahead and get that. I'm going to choke up just a little bit on that. All right. Belly is super tight. Are we ready? Can we let go of the chair? You got it. Can you open that leg? Remember, belly is tight. Find that spot that's not moving. Kind of focus in on it. Bring that foot in. Bring it across the chair. If you want to set that leg down, go for it. If you want to keep working, work it. Wah! Come back center. Bend the knee. And put that foot down. How'd that feel? So some people feel, let's come to the other side. Some people feel like with that foot in the strap, it's a little uncomfortable for them, right? Because they feel like, just remember, drop the strap, right? So if you're losing your balance and just let go of the strap, and then your foot's going to come back to the floor, right? So it's pretty important to remember. Okay, let's go ahead and put that strap in the other foot. Remember, hang on to that chair. It's okay, right? You don't have to let go of the chair if you don't want to. You're still working your balance. Belly tight, lift those pelvic floor muscles, tongue in the roof of the mouth, trying to find that spot that's not moving, kind of focus in on it. See if you can let go of that chair. Right? Can you open that leg? Go ahead and bring that foot center. We're going to bring it over our chair. You can put that heel down in that chair if you want to. Keep those hips square. Bring that foot back center. Bend the knee and release. Ooh, how did that feel? That's an intense one. That one's really pretty intense. Okay, so we're going to come back to the right side of our chair, and we're going to work into dancer pose from a standing position. Now, you can use your strap or not. I'm going to demonstrate it with the strap first, and then I'll demonstrate it without the strap. So if you don't have a strap, then you can, well, actually, let me do it the opposite way so that you can keep doing it. So instead of having your foot in the strap and back behind like this, what you would do is you would just use your hand to grab the ankle, and then you'll be here, all right? So if you don't have the strap, you're just going to use your hand, and maybe you grab your pants. If your hand doesn't quite reach to the ankle, you can just grab the pants if that works. All right, so here we go. I'm going to use the strap. So again, you've got the weight into the leg next to the chair. The other is the leg that you're going to be working. Hang on to the chair. So take your foot and set it into the strap. Now, the first thing I want you to do, whether you're hanging onto your ankle or you have your ankle in the strap, is bring that knee straight down. If you got the strap, you can go ahead and bring it up over your shoulder. And the strap generally comes up onto my ankle, so don't think it has to stay on the foot. It doesn't. Up on the ankle is fine. So what I want you to do is have your knees even, right? So that what I'll see in my classes a lot is this, right? So I really want you to try to get that knee down and even. Okay? All right, we're going to let go of the chair, pull that belly in super tight, lift those pelvic floor muscles, get your core solid. See if you can let go of the chair. Palm faces in. There's your beautiful dancer pose right there. One more breath. Let's release that and put that foot down and take just a moment. Okay? In fact, let's go ahead and do the other side. I just find balancing it is a little bit better than trying to do everything with on one side. Okay, so again, we've got that foot in the strap, choke up a little bit, bend that knee, bring that hand up over, knees are even with one another. The knee is down, we're holding onto the chair. All right, are we ready? Do we have our belly button in? Are we lifting up the pelvic floor muscles? Can we let go of the chair? Wow! I wasn't focused, right? I was talking to you guys and I wasn't focusing on what I was doing. One more breath, bring the hand down and release. Okay, let's add on. Come to the other side. Right foot is in the strap. Pull that strap up over. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to push the foot into the strap. So you see what's happening is it creates a little back bend. If that doesn't feel good to you, leave it out. It's okay. You don't have to do it. All right, are we ready? We're going to add that on for balance. Oh yeah, hello. One more breath. And down we go. Excellent work, you guys. Let's do the other side. We only have one more thing to add. So we're almost there. Okay, let's go ahead and bring that foot up. Now, I'm going to push my foot in. Do you see what I'm doing there? Let me turn to the side, make sure you can see me. So all I'm doing is I'm pushing my foot into the strap, and it creates that back bend on its own. My standing knee is soft, okay? Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my belly in, and I'm going to release that chair, and here I am in a beautiful dancer pose. Then I'm going to release and release. Okay. Now the final thing, again, is totally up to you. You're like, yeah, I don't think so, Carol. That's okay. I get it. But the final version, we'll be doing the same thing, right? So I'm going to release the chair, and then I'm going to grab my straps behind me, and then I'm creating even more of a back bend. Can y'all see that? Can you see what's happening there? It's the same idea of the back bend. It's just with the hands over my head, I can pull that strap up just a little bit more and get a little bit more of a back bend. Let's go ahead and release that. It's totally up to you, right? Totally up to you. All right, we got the other side though. We can't leave the other side out. I'm actually going to turn because I think I've got a little bit more space. Bring that knee down, hands overhead. I'm going to release the chair, and I'm going to come into that. Or you can be here, right? That's okay too. One more breath. Go ahead and release. All right. Let's grab a sip of water. We're going to move into some pelvic tilts. So basically we're just rocking our pelvis back and forth. So kind of hip tips to shoulders and hip tips to knees. So just a little rocking back and forth. Should feel really good. Sometimes I'll do this, like if I've done something and my back is feeling a little like tight, I'll do these. It feels so good. Let's just do a couple more. All right, go ahead and come back to that neutral spine. Your hands are going to stay on those thighs, and we're going to do body circles. So we're going to let that heart come forward first. Keep the back flat, okay? Are you feeling your back? Is your belly tight? Now we're going to take that circle to the right. Now, as we come back behind, don't skimp on this part. Use your abdominals to hold you up. Don't skimp on this back part. We tend to want to do that. And let's come back center. We're going to do that same thing one more time. I'm going to move forward just a little bit so I get a little bit more of that back work. Back we go. Activate that abdominal. Work it, work it, work it, work it, work it. To the side. And center. And now we're going to reverse it. All right, we got two this direction. So we're going to the side, we're going to the back, we're activating our abdominals, we're working those hard, we're coming to the side. There's your side waist work. And here's your back work. Let's do it again. Should feel good too. So we're working, but it also should feel really, really good. I love body circles. Come forward and go ahead and lift that heart up. Okay, so now if you have your strap, let's go ahead and grab that strap. If you don't have a strap, you're going to just do it without the strap, okay? And it'll be just fine. But if you have your strap, let's go ahead and hook the right foot under it, okay? You're going to hold the strap. You see I'm kind of moving forward in my chair. Now, my other hand, I'm just going to be holding onto that chair for right now, okay? So we're going to lift that leg up. And then we're going to open up. So there's that inner thigh working pretty hard. We're going to come center, and then we're going to bring that leg across the midline of the body. We're going to come center, and we're going to do that again. And come center, and bring it across the midline of the body. Come center, bend the knee, and put that foot down, okay? Let's do the other side. So remember, if you don't have the strap, maybe you can hang on to your pants legs, right? And maybe that's an idea. Okay? Or just do it, right? Fine too. Okay, if you're with me, my foot is in the strap. So the same, the hand is the same as the foot that's in the strap, right? Does that make sense? So it's the same side, that's what I'm trying to say. All right. Let's choke up a little bit, see if we can get that foot a little bit higher. Feeling a little bit of stretch here, are we? All right, hang on to that chair. Let's open. We're going to come center and let's cross the midline of that body. Come center, do that again, open. Center and cross. And center, bend the knee and down we go. Okay, so now the add-on, remember, you don't ever have to add on, but if you want to add on, let's go to the other side. So we're going to choke up, we're going to lift that leg, and I'm going to let go of the chair. There's your balance. Are we ready? Belly tight. Remember, don't lean back. Open up that leg. Oh yeah, how's that feel? Working balance, right? Who thought you could work balance seated? Bring it from back center. Let's bring it across the midline of the body. And center. Let's do that again. Oh my goodness. Is your belly tight? Hand to toe pose, right? With a strap. Center. Back we go. Release. And we're going to do the other side. So make sure you're not leaning back. We tend to want to lean back in this one. So it's not a matter of leaning back to get the leg up, right? We're working the quadricep muscle and the hamstring pretty well. Even though we've got the strap, you're still working those muscles. Belly tight, crown of the head lifts to the ceiling. See if you can let go. Here we go. Open. Oh yeah. Come back center. Don't lean back. Come back center across the midline of the body and center. Let's do that again. Open it up. Come center. Cross the midline of the body. Come center. Bend the knee and release. How did that feel, right? That's some work right there. All right, we're going to come back to the strap in a minute. Let's just set it down for now. So we're going to do a horse pose with heel lift. So we're going to do a heel, toe. So your feet are pretty wide here. All right, so we're getting a little inner thigh stretch there. Now we're going to lift our left or our right heel off the mat, and we're going to put that down, and then we're going to lift the other heel up and down. Lift up and down, lift up and down, up and down. Up and down. Switch sides. Up and down. Up and down. And take just a moment. Okay. So now what we're going to do is come into that little bit of a toe stand, if you will. So we're going to lift one heel, lift the other heel. Our hips are going to stay into the chair, but you don't have your feet fully on the floor, so you're feeling the balance. You've got to really use your abdominals here, right? To extend through that spine. Okay. And down and down. Let's do that again. Lift up and up. And down and down. One more. Lift up and up. Down and take just a break. Okay. So now, if you notice, my hands were just kind of resting on my thighs. Now we're going to extend those arms out. Belly is tight. Shoulders are down. Lift one heel. Lift the other heel. Hold and breathe. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in your arms. Activate those triceps. One more breath. Release and release. Let's do that again. Lift and lift, squeeze, hold, belly tight. Release down and down. Lift up and up, hold, squeeze. Down and down, last one, lift up and up, squeeze it. One more breath, down and down, release the hands, heel toe those feet back together. All right, very, very good. We're going to move into pyramid pose, and we're going to use our strap to give us just a little additional stretch, okay? So, if you don't have a strap, don't worry about it, it's fine. But if you have the strap, we're going to extend our right leg out, our toes are to the ceiling. We're going to come down and just put that strap around the ball of our foot. So you don't want it around the arch of the foot. You want it on the ball of the foot, okay? Because the arch of the foot is pretty sensitive. It's got a lot of little bitty bones in it. We don't want to put a lot of pressure on that, okay? All right. So I'm going to just have one strap in each hand. I'm going to extend through the spine. My heart lifts. Now, as I begin to come forward, I'm keeping my back flat, right? You see that? And I'm letting my heart come forward, but I'm using that strap to kind of pull a little bit. So that's going to pull the toes up a little bit more to the ceiling. I just feel a lot more stretch in my hamstring here. One more breath. Let's go ahead and lift up. Release that, and we're going to do it one more time on the same side. Are we ready? Here we go. Extend through the spine, belly stays tight, keep the back flat. Exhale if you want to add the breath as you come down, and then just breathe. We have one more breath. Let's release that. Take the strap off of that foot and bring that knee in. Okay. Whew, how's that feel? All right. We ready for the other side? Let's do it. Let's extend that other leg long, toes are to the ceiling. Just put that strap around. I've got one, remember, ball of the foot, not the arch of the foot. I've got one strap in each hand. I'm going to extend through my spine super long first, and then I'm just bending my elbows as I keep my back flat and let my heart fall forward. And come up, and let's do that just one more time. Here we go. Inhale as you extend. Exhale as you let that heart fall forward. Feeling the stretch in the back side of that front leg. One more breath. And release. Just set your strap aside. We're going to move into our pigeon pose. So I'm going to take my ankle and I'm going to let it rest right here on my knee. So another option is ankle to ankle, and that's just fine. But if you want to be with me, I'm going to have my ankle resting on that knee. So this could be fine, right? This is all I need. I don't need any more. Great, good for you. If you want a little bit more, all you're going to do is extend through the spine and let the heart fall forward. Keeping the back flat, okay? So we're not rounding like we do in cat pose. This is keeping that back flat. All right, let's go ahead and come up. And I call it rock the baby. So I'm just going to grab my leg and I'm just going to kind of move it around a little bit. So this is just giving that some movement to that joint there. All right, let's put that foot back down and let's extend and do that again. Maybe you press gently on this leg, right? You can do that if you want. If you need more or want more. All right, let's go ahead and come up and let's just move that joint one more time here. All right, let's go ahead and set that leg down and we're going to go to the other side. Are we ready? Here we go. And remember, one side could be more or less willing than the other, so it's very common. Extend through the spine, let that heart fall forward. We own it, don't we? We own our bodies. It is what it is. That's why we're doing this today, because we love our bodies so much. Let's come up and let's rock that. Rock that baby. And we're going to do that again. Lengthen and hinge. That feels so good. Remember, if you want to press gently on that leg, you can. Just be gentle. All right, beautiful. Okay, we're going to get ready for our Shavasana pose. Let's just sit back in our chair. You can lean back now, pull that belly button in. Place your hands lightly on your thighs. Flip the palms up to the ceiling if that feels okay for you. Close your eyes or soften your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Sadness and happiness. Life can sometimes become consistently good for a long, continuous stretch, yet eventually difficulties will show up. And other times, life can feel like a never-ending string of problems. Even so, there are sure to be new joys to experience ahead. Through the purpose of future joy and your confidence that it will come, you're able to endure the hard times. And because of those difficult times, you're able to more fully appreciate the joys when they do come. Sadness and happiness are not as far apart as you might imagine. Over time, they continue to enable and contribute to each other. Because of this dynamic, in your happiness, you can feel genuine gratitude, and in your sadness, you can feel well-founded hope. Life has been changing for a very long time and will reliably continue to do so. And in that very process of change, life always gives you much to be thankful for and much more to look forward to. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with your right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with the hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug. Press that opposite hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. Click on that subscribe button, leave me a message, and I will see you next time.